Good evening, my fellow colleagues. Good evening, Miss Dr. Pete. Good evening, Dr. Brown. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to talk to you this day or this evening about my use of digital technology. And in this case, I'll focus more on my mobile phone because that's the technology that I use more often compared to any other. So in this case, I would say that there's no doubt that a cell phone has played a huge role in our lives. So many people can attest to that they use their mobile phones for doing almost everything. So more often you cannot even do without it. So when it comes to the use of my smartphone or simply my mobile phone, I would say that I spend an average of 6 to 8 hours on my phone. More often I just check for my emails, I check for social media channels, I check for various websites for information, especially because I also love shopping a lot. Sometimes I just check various websites where I can do a bit of shopping online. I also have access to my mobile phone because more often I get alerts, I get notifications from Facebook, from WhatsApp, and all these other social media networks. Talk about Twitter, all those social media networks. I use them quite a lot, and my mobile phone allows me to get access to all of them because I have all those apps downloaded in my mobile phone. And I would say I spend roughly 30. I send roughly 30 texts per day, and that's quite a lot considering that I also have other things to do. I have school, I have work, but I still manage to send text messages to people. And when it comes to text messages, I use WhatsApp a lot because, just like I mentioned, my family is in Kenya, so the cheapest way that I can communicate to them is through mostly text, and I use WhatsApp application just to send the text or simply the messages to them. And when I talk about digital communication technology, and in this case, my smartphone, it has had several positive effects, especially in my life. It's made life more convenient. It's provided entertainment for me, information, education, and I just thank God that we have all these. For having brought this technology to us, because how would we have survived simply without, seriously, without communicating, without the mobile phone? Life would be very difficult, and I know you know that. And the largest positive effect that this mobile technology has had on me is just having allowed me to access information from all over, information internet from locally, internationally, especially this period of election. You realize that so many people are desperate for information. My family talks to me about having access to whatever things that we're doing here in America. So that's a good thing. And I'm also able to follow whatever things that are happening in Kenya. Talk about the local news in Kenya. I'm so updated. You could think that I literally stay there, but then I'm in America right now. So, as a student, as an employee, as a friend, I believe that mobile phone has played a significant role. But one thing that I believe we should all be aware of is that as much as these mobile technologies or simply the digital media technology that we believe are so have played are so important in our lives, as much as we are using them, just make sure that you do not use them to an extent that they're completely replacing the human interaction, because that's what brings us even closer. They're important, yes, but then don't let them completely replace human interaction. The other day, we were talking about a family that sits on the table and everyone is just there on their mobile phone. They're not talking. You see how bad that is, even to the kids that are seated with you, the kids that you need to teach about the human interaction and all that. When they see you doing that, of course they'll believe that they only need to interact with their mobile phones, and that's not a good thing. So I believe that's one thing that we should be very careful about. Thank you so much for listening to me and have a blessed day. Bye. Till next time.